Okay, we're back. Let's head down into Swamp. And hopefully have a pretty easy time. Now I'm going to auto-explore to a degree, but I still have my auto-explore set to avoid shallow water, and honestly I'm happy with that state of affairs because, well, I still don't want to fight hydras at a disadvantage. So if I auto-explore and I auto-explore into shallow, there is a chance that I could get hit by a hydra not once but twice. And even though I have pretty okay defenses at this point, that doesn't mean that I want to deal with all that. Especially since, I mean, I can kill hydras pretty easily now, with the combination of evocations and oh man. Well, that's not good. It's only 5 heads though, so let's pop on flame. Start cutting heads off. One thing you need to be aware of, and something I disregarded there, hydras move very, very quickly in water, so you won't be able to kite them as easily. They will take the shortest path, and if that path is short enough, they will move and attack at the same time. Okay, let's clouds these dudes. It'd be very bad if I got paralyzed here. But clouds comes through for us. In the future, I should be more careful. I wasn't anticipating that a Thorn Hunter would show up. So what do we want to do about this Thorn Hunter? Well, I want to use agility real quick. I have so many. These are kind of... I like to think of these as like the orbs of fire of Swamp. They have so many hit points, almost 100. That's quite a lot for this point. Let's clouds this guy. Unfortunately, it makes poison, which he's immune to. I'm gonna swing. And I'm just gonna blink away if things go particularly south here. Okay, fine. Alright, we found a ring of fire, so that's swappable RF. I'll keep that on me, even though we have RF already. Because we might not forever. Oh, another ring of protection. I guess we'll wear that all the time. I mean, it makes the most sense. We'll just swap on any resistance we need. I'm gonna drop this battle axe of draining. Let's drop the ring of fire actually for now. I'm gonna leave this book of debilitation because it has portal projectile, and we may want that later. Maybe. Unlikely, but maybe. I do find it a little funny that I was planning on not using axes on this character, and I ended up finding something that more or less forced me to go axes anyway. That kind of thing happens all the time, though. Alright, let's grab this gold and stuff. Do this manually. My auto explorer is going to be a little wonky. Just a little bit weird, due to the fact that it won't go on shallow water. Well, I was hoping to lure a few things here, but no such luck. There's a helmet, but we cannot wear helmets. We're going to use curing real quick. Unfortunately, no real source of our poise except for this hand axe, which honestly, I should swap to that when I'm fighting swamp dragons. If you think about it, it makes sense. I can kill the swamp dragons pretty easily, as long as I'm not taking tons of damage from the gas. Okay, Kirky is probably nearby. Yes, she is. Alright, Porcolator 56% with MR++. Porcolator's at 4%. Let's definitely use a clouds on this stuff. I don't think we need to use Brothers in Arms. I think I can just lightning her. And we can get the Spriggan at the same time. That's awesome, we do. He is rude and heals up the hogs and also mites a couple of them. That's okay. I'm gonna Ice Blast this. Thing is, if we kill Kirky, these hogs and the Manticore go away, so. And we did. Cool. A little bit of a high cost in resources from our evocations, but looks like we have a nice little stack of javelins returning here. I don't know if Trog gave us that or not, but I'm happy to use them. Okay, we'll manually explore to pick up some of this stuff. Wow, I forgot that this was on V, not B. There we go. Accidentally swapped my blowgun there. Okay, looks like we've gotten everything on this floor. Let's head down. We're going to go on to the staircase. And I'm going to use clouds because it might be fire. We're lucky enough that it is fire. Now here's a good place for penetration. Right there. Making sure to throw past onto the shallow water. Because we would like to be able to retrieve these if possible. Alright, I don't need to use that anymore because the prior patch is gone, so we'll just use Javelins of Return. Same damage. Sweet, and we get it. Let's take a moment to use one of our many, many scrolls of recharging on clouds. Pick up our penetration javelins, good stuff. And we'll go back to auto-exploring. Okay, I really dislike fighting ghost crabs, but I'm going to try to kill him with javelins, and it works out just fine. I really don't like ghost crabs because they are able to just kind of put things next to you that you really don't want to be fighting on certain characters. Not so much this one, but you know, being next to like an 11-headed spectral Hydra all of a sudden is not a fun time, on top of the fact that you're taking damage from the cloud itself. Whoa, we are marked. So we can't cancellation even if we wanted to because we don't have it identified. I suppose it might be the Puce potion here, but how about we run away? I see that we're going to have to duke it out with some of these guys, so let's go ahead and put up the cloud. We get rather unlucky, and we get poison, which doesn't do jack to these guys. I'm going to try to confuse this slime creature. Doesn't work. Try one more time. Man, that's not working. I have 11, or I have 16 teleports. Let's just... I'll swing. I should teleport as soon as... Cool. Okay, not bad. Could have been worse anyway. Mark traps are always a bit of a hassle. I could have fought it out with those guys probably if I had really wanted to. A lot of ugly things here. Why don't we just confuse? Surprised it hasn't wandered into deep water. We'll just walk up and kill these things. One of them drowned. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and blow that up for the piety. My inventory is getting rather full. Poison resist ring. I'm going to drop that because the thing is I'm already carrying our poison on me in the form of this hand axe. And I'll be happy to swap that on even if it's a suboptimal weapon. Okay, 6-headed Hydra. This is probably the same one we found earlier. I'll be happy to just duke it out with him with the flame on. Easy enough. Not going to even carry this amulet around. There is no base type amulet we would want more than Faith. See, Trog may very well eventually give us like a plus 12 speed Executioner's Axe for all I know. Could definitely happen. And with Faith, he will gift us more often, giving us more and more chances for that to happen. Wow, why are you so Titanic? I'm gonna try to confuse it. If not, I may have to. Okay, well, we win and we lose. He's confused, but we got hit, so we have to run off. Steel javelins, that's cool. Alright, not bad. Let's make sure we don't forget this gold up here, which Auto Explorer didn't want to give to me. I know it probably seems like a hassle for me to have my Auto Explorer not going on shallow water, but I promise it's better than the alternative, which is to eat a loss from some kind of Auto Explorer into shallow water, a disaster. I think I'm gonna, by the way, speaking of Auto Explorer, I think my new rule for that is gonna be 100 hit points and a scroll of blink. If I have those two things, then I should be able to survive just about any kind of nonsense, like running into a two-headed ogre or something. Oh man, we got fire, which is what we wanted, but I kind of aimed it wrong. We wanted the Thorn Hunter to be in the blast. Let's throw the steel rod at it. Steel javelin, rather. I'm gonna go ahead and berserk. He's plenty susceptible to lightning, so he died pretty quickly. Not going to bother carrying tomahawks around. Put on our poise so we don't get confused from that. Certainly are carrying around a lot of items. I don't see anything obvious that I should be dropping, other than, I suppose I could drop. I could drop, well, you know what, I'm going to use some of these scrolls. Okay, that was enchant weapon. We can go ahead and enchant up the Executioner's Axe, so that's one thing to do. Swap to our poise again. We want to try to fight these things when we're not standing in shallow water. It's just eating a penalty to our attack for no good reason. Oh, I'm on Swamp 4. I was under the impression I was on Swamp 3. This is This is a branch end. Let's treat this with the respect it deserves. There's going to be a ton of hydras and things in there, probably. Oh boy. Okay. She's pretty spooky to find this early. Yeah, she's pretty strong. And she's got really good MR. I guess we could just brothers in arms, but she's going to make hydras and she's going to make me have a very bad day. So let's think this through, how we want to kill her. She sees invisible. I can always just haste and might and go to town, but I'd like a plan that doesn't use my best resources, if possible. Probably gonna agility. Alright, well there's no question in my mind I want to open up with clouds. She's resistant to poison, so this is a really crappy cloud. Rod of Lightning's useless to us. Ice Blast is like okay, but not really because she's resistant to cold, so it'll only do a percentage, even if half of it is physical. I'll make a beast. I'll make a couple beasts. I'd really like her to be in form 2, because when she starts summoning hydras, I really don't want to be meleeing hydras as the thing, so... I suppose I could anti-magic that stuff off. And I'm going to Brothers in Arms. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and Brothers in Arms. And start using Ice Blast. Okay, she's dragon now. Okay, I'm happy to let my brother in arms take her out. Nothing really beats enraged iron troll. Oh yeah. And these primal, well, I keep calling them primal beasts, but that's only the most powerful ones. But even the mature ones are very, very good. Unfortunately, she did not drop any dragon skin armor. That might be a fun early dragon armor that we might want to wear. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm allergic to hydras. Alright, I don't need a cloud. This is fine. We'll just fight this stuff. I'll throw a javelin at this, I guess. Yeah, no problem. Now, I would prefer that these slimes are not, yeah, wow. I'm not fighting a titanic slime. I will fight an 8-headed hydra. Oh man, they're merging. This is okay. Hydra's dead. Let's go up before he merges again. And we'll just kill this, no problem. I overstayed my welcome just a little bit there. But again, on a Mibby, it's not a big deal to play slightly recklessly. Although I wouldn't encourage that sort of thing. I mean, I would play it totally by the book if you're newer or if you haven't gotten a win yet. I would do your best to always be doing the best practice sort of things, like I'm going up now, so I'm only fighting the one Hydra. And even that is not exactly best practice because, well, walking up some stairs while next to a Hydra is kind of foolhardy. On the other hand, with 29 AC, we're not gonna, I mean, we're not gonna suffer a death from a Hydra at 29 AC. Unless it's like a 20-headed Hydra. Okay, that's friggin' hasted. Anti-magic battle axe, well, that's nice, I guess, but we don't need it. I'm not going up the stairs since we're fighting these two things at once anyway. I'll go up now, though. Okay, now we're next to this dude. I'll go ahead and berserk. Fine, cool. Now, not that maybe he's needed it, but the whole no respawn thing is a real buff to any character that likes to go upstairs, which is really any character, but any character that berserks in particular. If you hug a staircase and you know for a fact that when you go up you're not going to have something nasty waiting for you, I mean that's huge. So I am curious if that change is going to stay. Okay, we got our first rune in sub 30 minutes, actually. Not terrible. Let me just make sure I haven't missed anything in here. It's unlikely that there's any loot I missed, but... yeah, we're fine. Now, we don't have Aralek, which shouldn't really come as a surprise. Usually don't at this point in the game. But Snake Pit is a bit of a pain without Aralek, at least it can be, if you run into a lot of those electric shock serpents, I believe they're called. On the other hand, we can always confuse them with needles or confusion wand. Okay, let's head out of here. Where's the exit? Am I blind? What is going... oh, there it is. I can see it on the mini-map. I don't know why I didn't know where it was. Alright, there we go. So yeah, under normal circumstances, I would go straight to Snake Pit. And I'm probably gonna... in fact, I'm gonna try to do it in the same video. Alright, it's in some shallow water. Okay, let's see if we can't finish this out like really quickly. But yeah, we don't have our poise unless we have this axe on. But this axe is sufficient, you know. And you don't need our poison here. Staff of Summoning. I'm mostly just picking up axes, not axes, staves, that is, speculatively for maybe a Staff of Air to get our Elec as a swap on for if we need to wear it to walk away. Okay, we got a few things here. Not exactly the perfect hallway to fight in. I'm going to walk backwards. Fight this thing. And then we can throw some javelins at least. Okay, not bad. We have RF on in the form of our plate mail, so it's pretty cool. Now I'm going to throw javelins to kill that guy. Sharpshooters, as you've probably seen if you've watched any of my other videos or been in here, are a real pain. Rest off that poison. Okay, here's our first shock serpent. So let's try to confuse him. Good, we got it. Oh man. Finish him off at a distance. We'll just treat shock serpents as a top tier threat and be happy to use some minor resources to take it out. Okay, again, get the confuse. And he's dead. Okay, a war axe. I doubt we want it. No, we don't. Alright, this is a little much to be fighting at the same time. Since we've kind of messed up a bit here, let's do a cloud. I will go ahead and recharge. At least we have a ton of recharging. Okay, we will of course confuse that dude. We've been pretty lucky with the confuses so far. It's good to see. There's another one. Took us 2 tries that time. Oof. Decent amount of damage there. Now I tell you, when we get deep in there with these Nagarajas, once we see some, we're really going to want to have poison resistance at that point because their Venom Bolt and their Poison Arrow can be pretty brutal. So we'll definitely wear the Hand Axe when we do that, even if it does reduce our damage. I'd rather have that than not have the +4 AC from my ring, which we could swap for the Arpoise. At least we have options. Having options is always a good thing. Okay, another Shock Serpent. We're now out of Confuse. I'll re-up that in a moment. But let's go ahead and use Ice Blast to deal with the problem. There's a Wand of Confusion that we left right up here on the same floor. We'll grab that, and we'll get teleported by the Naga. That's fine. Gonna grab this Wand of Lightning. And did he have a Staff of Air? Yeah, he does. On second thought, I'm not going to carry that around. I'd like to, but not enough inventory. Okay, we got Roxanne. I'm going to step away. I'm going to wear anti-magic. Let's see, if I swing 4.4, 5.5, a little more, well, yeah, a little more than 1.1 speed, which is not good. But she couldn't one-shot me. Wait, yes she could. 3d32, so she did maximum damage twice in a row. So we're not gonna fight her yet. In order to get speed 1 on this anti-magic axe, I am going to go ahead and train nothing but axes for a little while. Okay, Nagaraja. Let's pop on our poise and see how we do. Okay, well, with Berserk, we do just fine. No need to fight Roxanne just yet. I mean, we really don't. We don't need what she has. Right? Because all we know that she has is stat form. We're not a caster. We'll never cast stat form on this character. This dude ran out of confusion. Let's use it again. He succeeds 4 times in a row, failing on the 5th. And now we're going to go up and rest. Let's see if we can just duke it out with him. A little rough, but we do it. We don't need any of these books, and I don't really need to, any of those spells rather, and we don't really need to carry around a book anymore for the purposes of setting enemies on fire, so I'm just going to burn it. Trying to see if there's anything else I can drop, but not really. Let's back out. Took a lot of damage here. Trog gives us a short bow for some reason. Oops, this thing saw me. I'm going to confuse it. And I'm going to throw stuff at it. I'll use a silver javelin, I guess. Just because it was the only thing I had left. Okay, we zerked our way through that stuff. You know, really I should probably be using the Battle Axe of Draining in here. It works on everything. And actually here's another Battle Axe of Draining. And Draining is a perfectly good brand. In fact, yeah, I'm gonna wear it down here. Just for a little while. But soon we're gonna definitely downsize our axe collection. Oh man. Doing this without our poise, I really shouldn't be. Let's see what the damage is like on Nagaraja. 3d22, 6, yeah. Oddly enough, Bolt of Venom. No, it's listed. Okay, it's also about 60. Yeah. Should not fight those without our poise. Probably should not fight those without without berserking even. Teleport. I'm not going to cancel it because this is not the branch end, but if it was, I would have canceled. This could be Vashnia. Whenever I see more than one sharpshooter, I assume it might be Vashnia. We're not using penetration here because it's not really required. We can just walk away from this stuff once we need to. So I don't need to kill it particularly quickly. In fact, why don't we reset the fight? Oh. Alright, that's on me for not checking this. Let's go back down. And, we'll definitely exclude out that staircase. Glad I didn't wait until I was more hurt to do that. That would have been very bad. Okay, let's see what's in this book. That's not the first book of misfortune we found, so we'll just burn it for piety. Okay, keep going. I'm going to turn on our poise, and I'm going to berserk. Okay, we're going to end up slowed, unfortunately. Yeah. Let's put on draining again. This should be fine. Yeah, we're fine. Cool. I'm going to drop this draining. I'm just going to use the broad axe. It's fine. Looks like we found the Book of On Life. Again, I don't see myself really using any of these spells, so... Because if we do swap off, it's probably going to be for so. I might do the traditional Trog into so, swap off. Or maybe I'll do Rue. Rue's a good choice. Late game Rue swap does seem a little bit odd. Oh boy, let's get our poise on. His Venom Bolt. Guardian Serpent Venom Bolt can actually be kind of scary. Oh man. Okay, let's heal wounds. Heal wounds again. We've made a bit of an error here. I'm going to do Brothers in Arms. And one more heal wounds. Why don't we wear a blowgun? Because anacondas are not resistant to poison. And we're going to cure our A. Well, no, let's confuse. I really should have just been attacking it, to be honest, but Yeah, he's resisting. And we're gonna get out of this constrict. Okay. So that was bad. We got depositioned there pretty badly. I mean, we didn't get moved, but I mean, I was just in a bad position, is what I meant. Coming back to the staircase and things were on the way. But you have to expect that to some degree. Things will wander. Okay, we have 6 magic mapping, but I don't think I need to map out this branch end. It should be pretty obvious what's going on when we start seeing stone. Okay, we're gonna put on our poise and we're gonna start throwing stuff. 2, 3. Use lightning rod. Got him. Ooh, a vampiric battle axe. Now that is a find. It's only +1, but it is our leg. It's not particularly worth using, honestly. If I was like a deep dwarf or something, then maybe, but... Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'd rather just kill things quickly with electric brand. I mean, vampiric is a perfectly good brand, but the reality is you would really like to do damage, you know. On the other hand, we are heavy AC, and that's where vampiric shines. Particularly shines on Trog. Well, this would be the entrance. I'm going to immolate this stuff. And blow it up like so. Okay. Not bad, but I'll tell you, I don't want this vampiric. If it was like +5 or something, I would say, okay, fine, I'm gonna wear this. But it's like just low enough to not be interesting to me. Okay, we've been teleported. And that's fine. I want it to be teleported, honestly. Sort of. Well, maybe not, but I'll take it. See, I'm not bothering to change my MR up for this. Because even if I get teleported into the middle of the vault, I'll just teleport out. Maybe I shouldn't be so cavalier about it. Yeah, well, we're being teleported again. I'm gonna let it happen. Yeah, no problem. On a weaker character, I would be a lot more careful about that. There are certain characters where teleporting into the vault would be near certain suicide. You know, the funny thing about Guardian Serpents is they will teleport, they will blink allies encircling with sharpshooters, and if I've got to fight a sharpshooter, I want it to be next to me, you know? So they'll essentially do me a favor, which I find funny. Anyway, I always find that on Snake 4, I always find that Immolate is really nice to have. Usually there's a choke point at the beginning of the vault, and you can use it to just really cause a problem for the Nagas inside. I'll give myself one more point of intelligence, I guess. I really can never be too careful about the whole late game stat damage thing. Even if it's less prevalent than it once was. Oh boy. Whoa, 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 whoa. We want curing to get this poison off. Let's see, how much can Guardian Serpent do? Yeah, it's only 45, but we're RP minus, which is very bad. Why don't we just use a scroll of blinking and clouds these dudes? Oh boy. Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna blink again. Really bad mistakes here staying in this combat. We're gonna drink curing to get this poison off. I mean, this is on me for not wearing our poise. Yeah, let's bail out of here. Okay, so using 2 blink scrolls, that's a pretty good sign that you've made a horrible mistake. And I did. I was trying to duke it out with these guys when I shouldn't have. Okay, I'll fight this Nagaraja, but I'll do it one-on-one. Yep, that's how it's done. I see another artifact battle axe. This one is... I guess I'll use this one. It's +2. It's a less useful brand than electricity in most cases, but it's got MR plus on it, so... Oh man. Really should not be engaging these guys without our poise. What? Oh man. Nagaraja shows up here. Okay, we've used up all of our blink. And we've used up a single potion of haste. This is what I get for playing fast. Okay, we're gonna Brothers in Arms. And just for safety, we're gonna do a heal wounds and take a step back. We're gonna let our Iron Troll deal with this. Yeah, I should have stayed on the staircase. That's what I should have done. Like, I knew there were a bunch of Nagarajas around. Now I have to play carefully. Part of when I'm willing to play slightly recklessly is when I know I have a blink scroll on hand. If I don't, then, you know. Lure this to the staircase. A nice, safe thing to do. We're a bit poisoned, but not really because I'm remembering to keep our poise on. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say that our poise is necessary in here. It's not. But it really significantly reduces the amount of damage you're going to take from Venom Bolts. The other thing is, there's no good excuse for dying in Snake Pit, other than your own mistakes usually, because Nagas are slow. Nagas are arguably the worst race in Kroll. So, if you're dying from a thing that's like twice as slow as you, then, you know, what are you doing? Barring Guardian Serpents, of course. I will swap back to this Battle Axe, just for these guys. Any more gifts? Nope. Okay, this is a little more than I'd like to fight. Let's go ahead and open up with some big guns. Okay, Frost is good to see. If this doesn't immediately start to go well, I'm gonna Brothers in Arms. Seems to be going okay. Okay. Okay, very good. Let's see if we can kill this dude with some steel javelins. And we do. And him as well. Not bad. Don't be stingy about your wand charges. If you think there's any good reason to use a wand, go ahead. Because, you know, there'll be more wands. There'll be recharged scrolls eventually. Using up wands is preferable to using up scrolls, in my opinion. Because a scroll of blinking is useful the entire game. A wand of flames is useful for a very small part of the game. A wand of lightning is useful for... Well, you can make a wand of lightning useful for the whole game, but the reality is that you're probably not going to use it for the whole game. Okay. Nice double zaps there. We're just going to clear out this floor. Could be some loot. Probably would have behooved me to use my anti-magic grate, or Executioner's Axe rather, at some point in here. I just really don't like, if I can avoid it, I really don't like using weapons without Mendeley. It's not necessary though, like you don't have to have Mendeley to use a weapon. But I would say that not using, my anti-magic was probably a bit of a misplay there. At least against the Naga Rajas. Yeah, I want my Wand of Confusion here that I left, because we've used up the rest of our Wands of Confusion. So yeah, that's 2 runes, 1 video, not bad. A few misplays, which could have been deadly if I didn't have those blink scrolls, but then again, if I didn't have those blink scrolls, I would have been playing a little more carefully. Not that I recommend doing that, because now we're a little bit out of luck when it comes to escapes. I mean, we've got tons of teleport, and we've got fear, and we've got still got a haste, so we've still got some ways out of problems. So where are we going to go next? I think the most likely Our most likely next place is going to be vaults 1 through 4. Generally agreed upon to be the safest. We don't have any Arcor. If I had Arcor, I would consider throwing on some protection from cold and Arcor and going into slime. Slime is safer for this character than most because we can be immune to the effects of golden eyes if we want to be. But with that said, we don't have any nets, which is unfortunate. Yeah, I don't think we're not quite there yet on the whole TRJ plan. There are a few things I like to have when I fight TRJ, and we don't have like a phantom mirror, we don't have any nets, we don't have quite as much in the way of hit points and stats and stuff that I would like. We just need a few more levels and then we'll be fine, even without our core. Because we do have a nice 2-stack of resistance potions, so if need be, we can use that. I should have been using my agility in Snake Pit, by the way. That's okay. So I'll end the video here. We'll hit up vaults in the next one, probably just the first 4 floors. This character is not at all ready for vaults 5. I very much recommend that if you're playing a Trog character, don't do vaults 5, do slime. Vaults 5, in my opinion, requires, well, it doesn't require, but it very much wants you to have some way of getting around that's a little more reliable than teleport. So you want to have something like Pog or like a lot of blank scrolls, I guess, or I don't know, any other god ability that helps you move around the level in a safe way, or some kind of panic button that's useful. Trog's panic button is to spit trolls out, or for you to berserk and kill things really quickly, which doesn't really work on Vaults 5 because more stuff is probably coming. You can play the teleport game on there, and maybe get somewhere safe, maybe establish yourself a nice little spot to kill things. But in general, I think that slime is safer. That's just my opinion. But yeah, next time, Vaults 1 through 4. After that, who knows? Until then, I'm signing out.